Hey girlies, happy Sunday. I feel like it's been forever since we had a catch up, since I just sat down and yapped. Like, it's my favourite hobby, it's my favourite pastime to be the president of Yapsville. I need to update you on what's been going on in my life. I think it has been about 6 months since I last did a life update video, so I thought we could just do our makeup and let me fill you in on everything that's been going on. Not really sure what like makeup to do. I've got a few new bits, so maybe just like a classic, you know, summer hot girl routine. I've actually got a little bit of fake tan on. I've been trying to embrace my natural pale skin, but I have been loving like a gradual tanners. I think they look just a bit more like your skin, but with a little bit of a glow, a little bit of a bronze, and it's a moisturizer, so it doesn't feel like I'm putting on like a thick sticky horrible fake tan. Let me show you the one I tried. This one, the Isle of Paradise. It's really nice. I've been getting light medium. I know, I'm really turning over a new natural leaf. Back in the day, old Sadie would have had the ultra dark fake tan, but I just didn't look like me. And then on the face, which honestly it makes putting makeup on 10 times better. Like, I don't know, it has vitamins in, so it makes your skin so beautiful. The Gradual Rose Mist from Sienna X. It smells beautiful, has hyaluronic acid in, and like, I don't know, it's the kind of like, if I was on holiday and didn't want to wear makeup, you could just put a little bit of this, or like when you know you're going to be staying at a boy's house and he's going to see you with no makeup, load this up and he'll be like, wow, your skin's beautiful. You're like, I know, because I don't really tan on my face anyway, because I always wear SPF. But let's get into primer. Prep and Protect from Primark. It's £4.50, guys, and it looks like the Bobbi Brown face base, and it feels so nice. Oh, alright, it's not that nice, so I need to fucking eat it. It just gives you that nice moisturised feel. Okay, what has been going on? I feel like I have a million things to tell you, and I don't even know how to start it. Okay, first things first, I'm the realist. No, shut up. Okay, I have got a job. Obviously, if you follow me on Instagram, you would have known that, but if you don't, hello, she's an employed queen. Like, I've entered the world of work. I'm still technically self-employed. Obviously, I still do my influencer work, but yeah, like, what the hell? I actually have a job. Like, I have, this is crazy. Like, I didn't think I'd ever see the day. I'm sure you didn't think you'd ever see the day. Kind of wanted to get a part-time job for a while. As I mentioned before, I get a bit lonely doing this. Like, I'm just sat in my room with a camera. Like, I didn't feel like I was living in the real world. I actually felt like I was living in a simulation. This is the Max Factor brow pencil. I went for lunch with a girl that works at Max Factor the other day, and I said to her, this brow pencil actually changed my life. That's a bit dramatic, but like, I said to her, things go better in my life when I have this brow pencil because it's that good. I was using some other crappy ones and it's not the same, and it's actually cheap. I think it's like £9. I was feeling a little lonely and just like, yeah, like, it was hard for me to leave the house. I left the house to go to the gym or like the post office or to maybe see my friends once a month, and I was like thinking, this is not a good way for a human to like live life. Like, I know some people love working from home, and I like it every now and then, but like 7 days of me just being in, and I'm quite like, you know, I'm quite an introverted, shy person anyway, so I'm not like out all the time with friends. It just felt like, oh my god, I don't exist. Like, I literally just live to make TikTok videos. I just started to feel really like I was in a Black Mirror episode, and I don't know, it wasn't fucking healthy, man. Like, my mum was like, Jesus, Sadie, you need to like, genuinely, she actually said to me, I need to get a life. It wasn't even like I was being ultra productive in this job. Like, I just was finding everything hard, and she was saying to me, maybe like this lifestyle isn't good for you. And like, I think I had known that for a while, but I wasn't ready to admit it because I thought, you know, I wanted to be a content creator for so long. It was like my dream, but when I got it, maybe it didn't feel as good as I thought it was gonna feel, and that was hard to come to terms with, to be honest. But she made me realize, like, no, I actually need to do something, like, because I'm not drinking, I was exercising regularly, eating well. Like, there was no reason for me to still feel so shit all the time. So I was like, look, I just need to get a fucking job, you know. I need to enter society like a normal person. So I remember that night I was looking for jobs, and you're gonna die at this. Like, originally I was looking for barista jobs because I just didn't know what kind of job I wanted to do or could do, because it needs to be part-time. I'm not going to go back into working fashion marketing because most of those jobs are in London. So I was like, okay, I'm going to be a barista. And all the job applications said I need 3 years experience. Like, sorry, am I being dumb, but I didn't know you needed 3 years experience to like work in a coffee shop. Like, Of course, I need to know how to use a coffee machine, and I even looked up at doing a little barista course. I was actually going to do it. Can you imagine me with a little apron? And even my friends were saying, Sadie, like, it is still hard. I was like, nah. I just was romanticizing it, like, oh, like, cute, like, my little coffee job, and, like, meeting people, and, like, maybe my husband will come in. I don't know. This foundation, by the way, NARS Light Reflecting, I just started using it. It is gorge. It's gorgeous. I try and use cheaper products, but to be honest, that is one of my most expensive foundations, and it's also one of the best, so maybe I'll just use it more for special occasions. It blends like butter. It's so nice. So yeah, I was gonna sign up to this fucking barista course, like genuinely gonna spend like £100 on it. I nearly bought it, and I thought, look, let me just look at other jobs that aren't barista, like maybe a retail job, like maybe there's a cute little shop I could work in or something. And you will not believe this, first job that pops up on Indeed is like a social media manager for this vintage shop. I thought, no way, like no way, you never see these jobs ever in the southwest. Not only that, and it was part-time. I actually couldn't believe my eyes. I was like, fuck off. Obviously, I have not been a social media manager. Like, I used to work with the social media manager in my old job, and obviously I do my own socials, but I've not done it for someone. So like, I nearly taught myself out of it. I was nearly like, don't apply, like you're not good enough, like you would never get this job. Like I really remember being like, could I do that? Because there was a lot of things on the job description that I had never done, and I thought, fuck it, you know what, this is a sign from the universe. Like, I know that sounds so hippie, but I was like, I need to do it. Like, what are the chances of me seeing this job? I stayed up till 1 AM writing my CV, because I haven't got a CV. I haven't done a CV for 7 years. I haven't been to an interview for 7 years, okay? Oh, and I wrote a cover letter. And I thought, oh, I'll just try and be a bit funny. I wrote something like, oh, like, I know it must be daunting to think about hiring someone who's been self-employed for so long, but I'm really ready to like work with people, take on a new challenge, and like, to be honest, I don't want to be on my sofa in my pajamas anymore. That's actually, guys, that's actually what I wrote. I wrote that on my cover letter, and I thought, nah, because I really didn't believe I would even like get a chance. So I just thought, I'll try something, at least it'll be memorable. Tell me why I woke up the next day and I already had an interview. I actually girl bossed a little too close to the sun, because I was genuinely looking at my phone like, surely not, surely not. But yeah, I had an interview, like crazy. Using NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. If this video is very NARS heavy, it's because someone from NARS just sent me some products, and I actually can't, like, I'm gassed. I actually can't get over it. Like, NARS, someone at NARS knows who I am, and they thought, oh yeah, let's send her some stuff. Like, that is crazy to me. So I'm showing you this because I need to stay on the PR list. I love it. I love their stuff too much. I used to use this concealer all the time. I remember buying it in Ibiza airport, and back then my makeup was always given baddie, so we're gonna stick with this stuff. Got the shade Vanilla. Then, you know, suddenly I'm thinking, oh, so excited that I got an interview. Not actually deep in, I had to do the fucking interview. I was so scared. No, I was genuinely, on the day I had a phone interview, and then when I had to go in, I knew I was gonna have to be doing an assessment. Not an assessment, but I had to like show that I could make the videos for them, and like almost do, yeah, kind of an assessment day, like a trial shift, if you will. And before I actually, like, I thought I was gonna have explosive diarrhea. Like, walking around, I was waiting for the interview, and like I couldn't find a toilet, and I just thought, if I shit myself in the interview, then that's what will happen, because I seriously have not felt that nervous in a long time. But I got through it, and they were so nice, and that made me want to work with them more. And it was so funny because I didn't really think about the repercussions of going to an interview after have been an influencer for 3 years, and they were asking me like what I'd done in 3 years, and I was like, I don't fucking know, I just make videos in my room. It was actually kind of embarrassing. Like, I don't know why, it's a little bit mortifying, but luckily I'd had so much experience before that I could talk about that. You know, I had qualifications and I had another job, and it makes me think of all the people that became influencers so young. If they try and get jobs in the future, it actually might be a little bit hard, because although I do think there's a lot of skills you use doing these kind of jobs that can translate to like other employed jobs, it's hard to explain it to an employer. Like, they've got to be a certain kind of person to be like, oh yeah, fair, because I think influencers have a bit of a bad rep of not being very good at work. I don't know, not a very common career, I don't know, so people are a bit scared to hire them maybe. But yeah, straight after I got to the next round was when I had to come back and do more videos with like the staff. So it was quite an intense process, you know, like it was scary. I rediscovered this Patrick Tar Sculpt bronzer thing the other day, literally just dying at the back of my cupboard. and it's the best cream bronzer I've ever used. I really want to get the blushes, but they're sold out everywhere. So it has a cream and a powder. Then I have my interview, then you start doubting yourself. Like, I thought it went well, but I thought my videos aren't that good really. Like, I can do videos for myself, but doing them for like a company is very different. And then the next day, like the very next day, they call me and they're like, we want to offer you the job. I was so happy. Like, I don't know, it was just a validation I think I needed to know that, like, what is in my eye? Brush hair. Look, I love this brush, but she doesn't love me. This is the state of my mental health. That's what my mental health is like, this brush that fall into pieces. Yeah, I just think I needed to know that I was still employable, because my self-confidence in the workplace had really dropped just because I hadn't had any. So then I was like, yes. Then I thought suddenly, oh my god, I've actually got a job. You know, like, it all just happened so quickly. From my application to my job, I got in 2 weeks basically. So I hadn't even, you know, processed the fact that, like, shit, I have a responsibility to be somewhere, to like actually be good and be productive. And it did feel like a lot of pressure, but it's good for me. Like, I need to get out, like I said. And oh my god, the staff are so nice, the team are so nice. I love working with them. I love like having somewhere to go every day. Like, there's so many ways it's been positive as well. Like, it gets me out of my head. Before I was just sat home all the time thinking about life, and like now, you know, I'm more busy, so I don't have time to like deep things too much, and I think that's a healthy distraction for me. It's still been like an adjustment. I'm finding myself so tired in the evenings after I come back from work. Like, I'm not used to, you know, exerting that much energy in the day, and now I get what you say when you're like, how do you fit everything in? Just don't get how people fit everything in, like laundry, washing up, seeing your friends, going to the gym. Like, it's actually a lot to fit in. Really, I actually really salute people that work full time. I'm not saying that to be muggy, I'm just saying I can't believe how I used to handle it. I can't believe how anyone handles it. It's just a lot. But this brings me on to my next point. It's definitely made me realize that I might have ADHD. I mean, I kind of thought it for a while, and I know some of you thought it, because a lot of people message me all the time saying like, oh, I don't want to be rude, but like, have you ever looked into getting an ADHD diagnosis, because these are traits of someone with ADHD? And so I knew what it was, but I only recently took it a bit more seriously and actually, you know, read books about it, really researched it, and now I really feel like in my bones this is what's wrong with me. I don't want to say wrong with me because it's not necessarily something wrong, but you know, I've always felt different, I've always felt a bit weird, and I've always struggled with things that like other people don't struggle with. And I feel like this is the explanation that I've been like searching for my whole life. And I think being back in a work situation where I'm having to be organized, using the NARS light reflecting powder, mostly it's really creative and fast paced, and like everything I'm good at, I'm using the skills I'm good at. I didn't want to be in a job where I'm just sat down, but sometimes I have to go in the office and like, you know, I have to be organized, I have to plan, I have to edit, and I am finding it really hard, and I get so frustrated with myself because I'm just like, just get a grip. Like, it's things that I think everyone should be able to do and other people can do easily, so why do I struggle with them? And I just feel, I guess, embarrassed. Like, I don't want to let my new job down because I can't like organize things. And I used to struggle with my old employment and school, but I didn't realize, if that makes sense. Like, I didn't realize that it could be ADHD. Like, I used to have a mentor who would sit me down every week, and she would like be like, you have this day, you need to revise, and she would try and like help me schedule my life. And then in my other jobs I would have, you know, always my managers would say my one problem is time management and prioritizing and organization, even just keeping my desk clean. I'd always get told off like, why have you got stuff everywhere? And any admin tasks that I found boring, I would genuinely like, I couldn't do them. Like, I remember actively avoiding anything like that, and I do it in my personal life, and now it's just become so apparent that it's like got to the point that I think I actually need help. I need a proper diagnosis, and I need support. I either need medication or I need to get counselling. Like, something needs to change because I can't like go on living like this. Like, it's become too difficult. I've been reading a lot of things that, you know, women who go undiagnosed their whole life. I'm just using NARS Orgasm Blusher. I have reignited my love for this. Look at the gold specks. Yeah, women who go undiagnosed, when they get to their late 20s and they're still undiagnosed, you kind of have this like crazy burnout because you've tried so hard your whole life to like fit in and mask your symptoms, and now it's like just erupting from you. And that is exactly how I feel. I started reading Unmasked by Ellie Middleton. If you are neurodivergent or suspect that you are an ADHD person or autistic person, I couldn't recommend it enough. Like, I relate to literally everything she says, and it's like, it would just give a name to everything I've ever dealt with in my life. I mean, I could come back from the diagnosis and it be that I don't have it, and they'll just be like, "Hun, you're just a bit weird," and that's fine too. Like, I've decided to speak out about the process, knowing that like it could be that I don't have it, and I'll be a bit shocked if I don't, but I also need to accept that that could be a possibility. I'm gonna use this palette for the eyes. It's really beautiful. It's from an Irish brand called Sculpted by Amy. So lovely, like the perfect burgundies and pinks. Honestly, when I spoke to the GP, I just like emailed them. I just got an online appointment and just said like all the reasons why I'm struggling, and they came back straight away and was like, okay, we're gonna book you in for an appointment, and can you fill out these questionnaires, the longest questionnaires, right? And it goes through like every part of your life, and like you have to explain why you think, you know, ADHD affecting that part of your life. And when I really sat down, I actually was just shocked that I haven't done this sooner, because it's everything from like how I act in relationships with my friends and boys, to how my personal space is kept, to how I manage my finances, to how, you know, reckless I've been in the past with alcohol and like the bad decisions I've made, to how I struggled in school, to how I struggle in the workplace. And I'm like, it makes me sad, because I think, you know, if I do have it, I'll be a bit upset that no one noticed. And I think there's such a huge issue in the world right now where people aren't noticing girls because it presents differently in women. Like, where a boy might be more outwardly hyper, we're taught as women to be like good and quiet from a young age. So like you just learn to adapt to people around you, even though you might be feeling hyper in other ways. Like for me, it's fidgeting. Like, I noticed, like, I'm doing it already, even when I'm filming, I can't stay still and film. Like, I always am touching my hair. That's definitely a thing I do. I always have to touch my hair, and I'm moving around. I'm noticing it when I watch stuff. My feet are always moving, or my hands are moving. I need to get like a fidget spinner. Or when I'm talking to someone or trying to listen, my leg will not stop like juttering, like, but I keep it inward. And same with my, it's like goes more intensely in my thoughts. Like, I look like I'm focusing on you, but my thoughts are racing, and that is hard. Like, I just want my brain to shut up. And I saw that people said when they had the medication, their brain did stop, and not their brain stopped, but you know what I mean. We don't want our brains to stop, but the overthinking stopped. That's the thing that ruins my life, is just the constant thoughts. Like, I just want peace and quiet, but I can't attain it. So I finally have this call after a month with the GP, and I'm expecting to have to like fight her, like, because everyone says you've got to push for your diagnosis, you've got to really tell them, because they don't take it seriously. So like, I was ready to tussle, you don't understand. Like, before the call, I wrote out points. I was like, I need to fight my corner on this. No, she literally was like, we've read through your application, and like, we're gonna send you to get a diagnosis straight away. I was like, I'm like, did they have like a radar, like this girl is not okay or something? She was like so nice and understanding, and she spoke me through my options. So definitely look this up if you're trying to get a diagnosis. There's the NHS pathway, which takes 2 to 3 years on the wait list, or you can go the right to choose, which you apply to go through a proper psychiatry place, and that's what I've done because it's a shorter waiting time. I don't know if there'll be issues later on when I'm trying to get medication. I don't know too much. I just, for me, like, peace of mind, I need the diagnosis. I almost need to know that I'm not going insane, and like that my brain just is built differently. Like, that's what I just need to know. And I think that will be enough for me, because I think the main thing is just my self-esteem. Like, people always say, oh, like they say, why do you need a diagnosis? Like, if you know you've got it, just live as if you've got it. And I'm like, no, I need to know, because I almost need that label, because otherwise I just think, the things I say to myself every day is, I'm like, you're a lazy little shit. Like, how can you not just make your bed, or just do laundry, or just do the cleaning up? Like, it's not where, I know everyone hates doing that, and it's not like that. It's like a physical, I want to do it, but I can't do it. Like, my brain just will not let me do it. And everyone around me is like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And I just feel embarrassed and ashamed. Like, I think the main thing for me is I feel very ashamed. That I can't seem to like handle life as well as other people. And I think if I found out that it was ADHD, I could just like give myself a fucking break and be like, okay, I am just different. It doesn't mean I'm bad, wrong, or lazy. It means I'm just different, and I need different help than other people, and how I work is going to be different. And I think it would just help me in all areas of my life. So yeah, I'm on the waiting list. It says it takes I think 18-25 weeks, so we've still got a long road ahead. I'm glad that I'm like at least in the running for it. These eyeshadows are so pretty. What else did I want to chat to you guys about? Oh, I went on my first date. My first Hinge date, my first ever sober date. I'm just using MAC coffee pencil to like make a little cat eye. Oh my god, again, I thought I was gonna shit myself. Like, I feel like this is a pattern. Every time I'm nervous, I need to shit myself. But I just thought I want to try and be a bit more open. I've been single for genuinely, like, it feels like forever, over 2 years. Then I haven't even gone on a date for like 8 months, haven't kissed someone for 8 months. So I thought, okay, I feel like a little bit of a better headspace since I moved home. And I've been like healing, trying to go to the gym, trying to just be, you know, I got a job. I'm really trying to be a healthier person and a better person and work out my authentic self. And I thought, you know, I'm actually ready to like maybe let someone in, and like it could just be a bit of fun. Like, I'm not saying I'm not gonna find a boyfriend, but it's fun. Like, I'm not gonna lie, dating is fun. So I download Hinge and I tried to make my profile really like wholesome, because I want to be seen as like a nice girl. I put that I didn't drink. I'm thinking a lot of people don't want to date a sober person, which is so fair, but I also don't want to date someone that like drinks loads. Like, that's a crazy drunken every night smash kind of guy. So I just wanted to get that out there early. And yeah, I was chatting to this guy and he was like, oh, we should go for a drink. I was like, okay. And then I said, oh, just to let you know, I don't drink at the moment. He was like, that's fine, first lemonade's on me. Okay, baby boy, let's go get a lemonade. So I did it, and oh my god, it was fine. He was actually so nice. I just said to myself, as long as he's chatty, it's fine. And he was actually, I honestly was really taken aback, and it's made me have a better eyes with dating. Like, I'm glad I did it, because I definitely have a very skewed relationship with how I view men. Like, obviously I know they're good men, like I don't hate men, just I've had quite bad experiences personally. So it's like, takes a lot for me to open up and think, oh, this guy's okay. But he was funny, intelligent, had a good conversation, he was good looking, like he didn't say anything controversial. I was like, where is this person? Like, where have I found you? I think we're gonna meet up again. I mean, again, like, he might not like me, that's fine. Like, this is why I think I have a healthier view of it. Before, I used to get obsessed with people, and now I just feel really like, whatever, like what will be will be. If he doesn't like me, that's fine, someone else will. Whereas before, I'd be like doing everything I can to get a guy to like me, like thinking about every message. Like, you still kind of, you know, in the beginning stage of dating, I do still feel like you're decoding their messages, like what the fuck does he mean like that by that. But I also just think I'm quite chilled about it. If he doesn't fancy me, that's fine. Like, it's not on me, it's not because of me. I've met people who are really good looking and like great people, but I just didn't feel a spark. Like, you can never take it personally, girls, all right? But yeah, I'll keep you updated. Like, I mean, there's still been some weird messages on there. Like, one guy tried to tell me ADHD wasn't real, and I was like, okay. Okay. And a lot of them do pop up talking about alcohol. Like, that's what I've noticed. The world is very alcohol obsessed, and you start to feel very like, am I the only one that isn't obsessed with drinking? You start to feel very isolated, like, does everyone just care about drinking? I'm the only one who doesn't. And I started to feel like, oh, what if no one ever wants to be with me because I'm sober? But then I thought, you know, there's 7 billion people in the world, Sadie. I'm sure someone will still fancy you even though you don't drink. So it's fine. I'm gonna use this. Like, isn't this not the most beautiful makeup product you've ever seen? The mascara, NARS Climax mascara. That leads me on to my next thing. I don't know if you saw, but I hit 3 months sober again the other day. It's really annoying because I really wish I could say 6 months, because I did start this journey 7 months ago. I kind of fell off for a month after New Zealand. I drank on my birthday and stuff, so I haven't done 6 consecutive months sober, but I have done them separate. I have done 3 and 3, so I have done 6 months of this year sober, but I can't say 6 months because I don't know if people who say, you know, count the days are more because they're recovering from addiction maybe, and like you want to stay strong, whereas because mine's not an addiction, I don't know, I feel like I'm just trying to bend the rules. I just felt frustrated with myself, but you know, I needed to drink in February to realize that I, you know, can't really drink. But yeah, I'm so I struggle to be proud of myself, but I am really proud of myself because it is a really hard thing to do. It's weird, some days are really hard and you like want to drink. Some days you don't even think about it at all, and it's like I could go weeks and be like not even notice that I've not drank. And some days are really good and you're like, I'm so grateful I do this. It's a whirlwind of emotions. But they say it takes 3 months to properly feel the effects, and I am starting to feel a bit more like I've accepted my identity as someone who doesn't drink. And again, I don't know if I will ever drink again. Like, I'm not going to promise that I'll stay sober. I can't make that promise because I don't know. I am feeling like, do I just try and get to a year? Like, maybe that would be a good goal to reach. I would feel like, okay, I can finally see what a sober life would be like. Because when I imagine my future, I do imagine sometimes drinking. Like, if I could get to a place where I could maybe have, you know, 3 on a special night out for like my birthday or like a wedding or a holiday, and then go back to being mostly sober, that would be the dream. But when I did try and do that a few months ago, I just went straight back into binge drinking and being depressed, and I was like, I'm not ready to like view alcohol in that way yet. So what, do I just try a year? That seems so long and so scary. I don't know, but yeah, I think for me, I just need to give it I just need to really try it and give it a chance, because it has made such a difference. Like, I know I moved here for a lot of reasons, like the cost, everything, but if I actually deep why I moved home, it's because I was kind of having a mental breakdown. And it's like, sometimes I feel sad and I think, oh, I want to move back to London and be really fun again and go to events all the time and like, you know, drink again, and like I miss my old self and I want to go back there, and I'm literally mourning and grieving for that version of me. But then I think I was actually not okay. Like, genuinely, I didn't know, like I don't know, I was starting to not see a way out the way I was living. Like, I wasn't healthy. And so I feel like while I'm home, it's like I just need a reset. Like, I need to be in hibernation mode. I need to be in like, yeah, getting my life in order mode. Like, I just want to get my diagnosis, sort out my mental health, and then maybe next year I can like work out what I really want to do in my life. I just think maybe I need a year off from like trying so hard to work everything out. Is that okay? Because I even was in a space recently, like, especially trying to juggle doing influencer stuff with my job as well. Also, side note, the mascara is like 10 out of 10. I love it so much. Well, eyeliner, that's just like one part of my makeup routine that never gets updated. Yeah, for a while when I started my job, I was kind of like struggling to fit this stuff around my new work, and I was like, I just wanted to give it all up. Like, I just wanted to like delete all my profiles and just chuck my phone away and like, I don't know, just not worry about social media and like trends and how I'm being perceived and like whether I'm getting followers, whether my videos are doing well. I just was like, I've had enough of trying. Like, I know that sounds really depressing, but like, I just sometimes find the whole industry a lot. Like, that's why obviously I've moved, so I can't go to events as much anymore. I find some of the events, like, obviously it's great that I get invited by the brands, but and sometimes you meet nice people there, but like everyone it just feels so fake. Like, everything feels fake. Like, I'm like, you're just having this small talk with people like, hey, and people, you know, there's certain influencers that they're like a lot bigger than you are, like followers wise, and they just won't even look at you or talk to you because they don't think you're worth talking to. And like, there's like this weird hierarchy, and people like pretend to have fun when it's not fun. Like, I don't know, it's very like it's like for a show, everything's for show. It didn't feel very authentic, and like I was finding it very hard to like be involved. And I think, yeah, I did just want to stop everything. I'm not gonna lie. I'm using the NARS Orgasm Glow Balm. It's so pretty. It's got little gold flecks in it. Things I used to find really fun, I wasn't finding fun. Like, you know in Barbie where she just like wakes up one day and she's conscious? That's how I felt about the whole like industry. And I didn't like the things I was posting. Like, it's annoying, there's certain things I know if I post it, you know, brands will want to work with me more, people might like the video more, but it doesn't feel like me. So I just think it's not worth it. Like, I wish I was someone that could like that could do things that don't feel like me in order to get more money and more likes, but like I actually just can't. Like, it physically won't come out of me, and I started to just hate this. And it's so sad because I used to love this, and the parts of this that I love are more connecting with you, putting things out that you find helpful or like relating, like people telling me their stories. Some people say I help them with body confidence or like their mental health, or like they relate to something I'm going through. Like that means a lot more to me than like, I don't know, doing a certain video whatever just because it gets a lot of likes. And I think I just need to find a new way to be on here, because at the end of the day, this is like, these are my, so this is my social media. I'm the decider on what gets put out, and I think I just need to like let go of that person I used to be, the things I used to talk about, and just do what I want to do. And like, if people like it, they like it. If they don't, they don't. Like, the right people will stick around, and it's just a weird thing to like let go of something that you dreamed of having for so long. And like, I can't explain it. I can't be someone I'm not because it was making me not well. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. I hope you get my drift. I have actually finished the makeup. God, that was the yap session of the century, was it not? I think I've updated you on most things. Thank you for watching. Do you like the makeup? I think it's gorgeous. I love it. I really love these pinky sultry eyes and this like corally gold lips and cheeks. The foundation, if you have the money and in the market for a new like really good quality foundation, NARS Light Reflecting, baby girls, you won't regret it. I really appreciate you sticking around and watching my videos and all of your support. Like, I literally read every single message you send me, and like people's messages have sometimes brought me to tears. I'm just grateful, and I hope as I like transition and find my new self, people still stay. But if they don't, that's okay, because they're on their own journey. I hope you're having a really nice weekend, and I promise to try and be better with YouTube soon. Yeah, I love you. I'll see you very, very soon.